Today on Sports Talk, the girls golf coaches are in studio to recap a great year on the links, and we'll find out who from McKinney ISD made it to the regional tournament. We also have an update for you on the baseball and softball playoffs. All that is just ahead on Sports Talk. Now joined by McKinney High School girls golf coach Jeff Jacobsen. We're here to talk about his team's season. And Coach, for your team, this is the first time in a while that you've been able to win 2 tournaments in a season, and that's a really exciting thing for this group of girls.
Oh, it's very exciting. I mean, we got a couple first-place trophies this year, which is a great boost, to just their egos and to their development and to their, it just is great for them.
You won the Ranchview tournament as well as the Forney ISD tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything in particular about those days that they were just on their game versus others? What about those tournaments shown their best qualities?
Well, it's, golf is kind of funny because you can have some great shots and then you can have some not so great shots. And it's more how do you handle the not so great shots. And it just shows that they, persevered and they're trying and they're getting out there and they're thinking. What do I need to do next? What's in front of me instead of what's behind me? And I'm very proud of them for doing all that.
Also had a couple of top 3 finishes in the Richardson High School Invitational, also the Den Geyer tournament. So a season where your team was pretty consistent in some of these tournaments, able to get into the top 3 multiple times.
Yeah, they were very consistent all year round. We pretty much shot within about 5-10 strokes each tournament we played in, regardless of the weather conditions or the course. And that just shows that they're really working hard, they're consistent, and they're trying to do what they need to do to be successful.
Your top golfer, Maddie McSwain, she's your lone senior on the team, and I know she did a lot in the off season of working and playing a lot of tournaments, working on her game. What sort of improvement did you see in her game this year?
A little more leadership. She started really kind of helping the younger ones come along. She really worked on the mental game because you can get the big difference between some of the best players is the mental game. You can get the physical aspect of it and get the how to hit the ball and where to be, but it's the mental game that sometimes can really just knock you out of the ballpark as far as losing control and the wheels coming off and around. And she really worked on her mental game and getting that together, and I think that's what really helped her a lot.
I know going into next year you have 3 juniors returning as well as a freshman from the varsity team you fielded this year. Tell me about some of those players.
Well, the 3 juniors coming, hopefully they'll all come back, Jordan and Amelia and Sarah, so they're coming back and they'll get some tournament playing during the summer. And Brittany's coming in, she's our freshman that came in this year, excited about where her future is going. She was our number 2 golfer this year. And on the JV side, we've got several freshmen and sophomores coming up through the ranks that are really putting the time in after school and playing in tournaments and doing the things they need to do to be successful and move up the ladder.
In the times that you had with them to practice this year, what are some of the main things that consistently, and maybe that you've seen throughout your coaching career in high school golf, that you really have been working on with these girls?
Short game. I just can't, our theme this year was you drive for, show and you putt for dough. And we put that on our T-shirts. And it's kind of an old cliche, but it is true. Anybody can hit the ball long off the tee box, but if you can get on the green in 2 and you 3 and 4 putt, that didn't do you any good. Or if you can get around the green and you chip it all over the place and you go from sand trap to sand trap or one end of the green to the other end of the green, it doesn't help your situation. So we really, really focus on short game from like 100 yards in. A lot of chipping, a lot of putting drills, a lot of chipping drills just to help them get that so that they all can hit the ball good enough to get to the green or around the green in 2 on a par 4, but it's what can they do when they get there, and that's what we're really trying to help them be successful at.
No. I think just this past weekend, the LPGA Tour was in town. They were in Irving for a tournament. And I'm interested to know, are there any LPGA golfers or maybe even a PGA golfer that these girls that they look up to, any names that come up consistently with them?
Well, for the LPGA, we have an alumni, Brittany Lang, who plays on the LPGA. She graduated several years back. And I follow her on Twitter. A lot of the girls do. And it's I think it's great that these girls have the opportunity to go see professional golfers, and they all played high school golf at one time or another, so they were all kind of in their shoes at any certain time, and it's great to see how they developed and the time and the effort and the energy they put into it. It's like anything else you do in life, studying or a musical instrument or any sport. The more time you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it.
And tell me about this district coming up next year. You're going to change districts. You're now in a district with McKinney North and the teams that they've been competing against recently. I know that this year, particularly Wiley and Lovejoy Wiley East, they had some good years as well as North did. It's going to be a district that you're going to be very competitive in next year.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it and excited about it because we continue to improve and shot our better scores this year. We bettered what we did last year in the district we were in, but I mean, again, Allen went down to Austin and won the state championship. So it's hard to compete at that level that they're at. But when we get in this new district, we're really excited about it, and we should be able to really compete and do well. So I'm looking forward to it.
And it's always tough going against a team that has 2.5 times the amount of students that go to their high school. What did you learn, though, from playing the teams that have more players available to them in the school and that placed high in the state tournament? I know Plano West also had a good year in girls golf. What did you learn from competing in District 10-5A over the past 2 years that can help these girls going into next year against the competition? You'll still be in 5A, but now these teams are moving up to 5A to join you.
Right. Well, I think the big thing the girls are learning, and hopefully they're all getting this concept of you're not playing anybody else out there. It's you and the golf course. So even though somebody in your group might be just going lights out and shooting great and you're maybe struggling a little bit, somebody in the group behind you, it might be the exact opposite. So it's just you and the golf course, and it doesn't matter who you're playing, when you're playing, or where you're playing. It's just you versus the golf course, and you've got to focus on what is it that you can control, and you can't worry about those things you can't control, like what's happening to the other golfers, or just you've got to focus on you, and you've got to beat that golf course.
Well, Coach Jacobsen, thanks again for your time and coming here on Sports Talk to talk to us about your team, and good luck to you next year.
Thank you very much.
That's McKinney High Girls Golf. Coach Jacobsen joined us today to talk about their team. Won 2 tournaments this year, looking to win some more next season.